Hello. Thank you for letting me know. Hi, everyone. I'm having a little bit of a day. But that's okay. I um I was like, you know what? I haven't been to the beach in a while and I absolutely love watching the sunrise. And I was like, let me go today. Let me go. So I was up at like 4, I think it was 4 in the morning. Yeah. So I was dumb and I can hear you now. Good. I was dumb and did that and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll be fine for stream." When I tell y'all I got back at like 11:15, I was asleep until 2:30. And I have the biggest headache right now because I slept and my neck hurts. But it's okay. I've been up since 5:40. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Eastern Standard Time. Lynn live stream neat. Hello everyone. I woke up at like 11:30. Y'all, okay, like I'm such a big when it comes to sleep, so I don't know if y'all really know this, but I don't sleep well at all. I've always slept very poorly. I've never slept well in my life. I'm trying to figure out my sleep schedule. It's hard. Um, so I completely I feel you. But yeah, even when I was little, maybe someday I'll tell you about the dream my mom had once before she even had me, and it kind of predicted me. um, but yeah, I've never slept well. I was always the kid like going in and poking my mom and like getting into bed with my parents and everything, and I literally my poor mother. she I Even when I stopped like sleeping in the same bed as my parents, which I think I stopped around 10 or 11, I would still go up and like poke her in the middle of the night just to make sure she was alive until I was like 18 years old. So when I tell you my anxiety is off the charts, but I've never slept well. So yeah, I'm just having like a sleepy headache. However, I am so excited. I'm doing a little better today. Hell yeah. I have terrible sleep for the last 9 months. It's crazy. It's at some point cuz like I feel like I underestimate how much I wake up. So I always tell people, "Oh yeah, I get up like 5 to like 10 times a night." I think it's more. I need to like get like a Sharpie and like or something so like when I turn over or roll over or anything, I can just mark how many times at night I'm like actually getting up because I think it's a lot more than I say I am. However, um oh my god, congratulations on the name change. Yay. Dude, yesterday I found out a loved one has substance issues and it freaked me out so bad I disassociated the entire day. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. It's a really rough thing to go through. I've known a couple people in my life with similar issues, and I wish your loved one the best because it's hard to admit it. Um, but yeah, I've had sleep issues for the past 25 years. It's rough out here. It's rough. However, happy International Asexuality Day, everyone. I'm so I wanted to do something special today. Um oh, in honor, this is not sponsored, but it's purple. It's really good, y'all. Like so I need to be cutting out sugar. This is great. This again, not sponsored. But like this flavor, mind blowing. I love it. Um, but yeah, so because I'm not feeling the greatest today, and I want to listen to my body and honor my body, um, I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? Today, I'm just going to read out some of the comments that I got. Are you also live streaming tomorrow? Yes. I'm gonna be live streaming, obviously, right now. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it'll be our regular live chat. And then on Friday, because I want to start streaming on Fridays as well, I just don't know what time because I work until 4 and I want to like have a little bit of an earlier stream, so I want to say 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but because of traffic in my area, I don't know. So I'm hoping to be able to get home by 5 to be able to stream a little earlier because I want to give everyone like an opportunity to be able to see streams. Um, so that's the hope, and I want to react to the videos that I got for today on Friday because I'm not feeling the greatest. So today I'm just going to be reading out what, hold on, what asexual joy means to you. So I'm very excited. So today I'm going to be reading about 10 comments that I got, and then this upcoming Friday I want to read and react to a little bit more of that. So yeah, for Asexual Awareness Day, we are going to be looking at what asexual joy means to some of our lovely people in our community. So we're going to start off with this comment, which is, I know this is a little bit late, but whatever. I've known I am ace for about 3 years now. It has been freeing to realize how I am not weird for feeling this way. Just a reminder, everyone, because I also felt this way as well. um, Asexuality is valid. And I definitely, like, I understand the sentiment before realizing that you're ace, you do feel like off, you do feel othered. So like, you know, I definitely get where this commenter is coming from, which has made me feel, oh my god, I have something in my which has made me feel a lot more comfortable with my own boundaries. Wonderful. It has also been fun to joke about attraction with my ace and aro friends. Also, wearing the colors of the ace flag is so much fun. It is in my top 3 favorite pride flags. Definitely no bias there. I do have to say, I completely agree. I think one of like the best things or like the funniest things I used to do with an asexual friend of mine is like we used to call each other wife and everything, and people thought we were together, which we were not. Hi, how are you? So I completely think it's so much fun to be able to like mess around with attraction and be able to talk about like the nuances of attraction with people who actually understand what you're talking about. I also think that the colors of the asexual flag are probably the top tier pride flag, which is why I have it right here. I need to get myself a demisexual flag, because I am demisexual. So I identify with a lot of a lot of terminology, but I am demisexual, which is somewhere on the asexual spectrum. But I love our colors, our flag colors, and yeah, it's definitely not a bias thing either because I feel that. I just think that the asexual flag is really freaking cute. Okay. I made this little slideshow and it goes so fast. Okay, let's go. So this is from a millennial asexual, which I'm so happy. Like, there were so many people that commented on my post, and like I said, I'm gonna be reacting to more, more of these next week. I mean, this upcoming week. But I was really glad to see like the different like age ranges that I was getting commented from. So I'm a millennial asexual. I got married and had kids before I learned there was an option for some people to just not be attracted. I learned I didn't actually have to keep trying harder. I wasn't failing as a wife and I wasn't broken. This is gonna make me cry! I got divorced a few years later, partially due to the asexuality. Seems strange to say in a pride post, but it's important because it's part of me. I can either hate it because of the hard stuff it's given me, or I can be proud of it because it's part of my uniqueness. I choose the pride. So, the reason I wanted to highlight this is because I feel like there are so many older folks, definitely people, you know, I want to say 30 plus, which I believe is where like millennials end. So going up in those generations and everything. The word asexual wasn't as accessible. Um, and I'm so happy that honestly, the internet has brought to life so much more, a lot more opportunities for people to learn about different identities and different ways of being and to not feel alone. And I absolutely love that they were able to, you know, figure out the words that's best for her and everything. Um, but it just goes to show that how many people from the older generations who don't have this kind of language, um, like they didn't know it was an option for people. You know what I mean? And it makes me so sad because like she was saying, it made her, I'm going to assume that you know, at some point she did feel like she was failing as a wife, and she did feel that she was broken. Um, and honestly, wait, Dance Gavin Dance? Sorry. I'm so sorry. I like just saw that. I was like, wait, I see DGG. And I'm like, hold on. Good evening, Lynn. I listened to two of Dance Gavin Dance's songs and they sounded great. Also, what kind of books do you read? Um, so I love Dance Gavin Dance. I've seen them multiple times. I haven't since they got Andrew as a lead singer, but I do want to go because we all know Tillian was a little more. What kind of books do I read? Honestly, I need to get back into reading. Um, but I like Percy Jackson. I'm horrible. I do need to get into reading more. So if y'all have any suggestions, please feel free. Um, but yeah, let me see. Wait, when was asexuality like kind of acknowledged? I think the word is. Oh my god, I can't fucking read. Wait. When was asexuality kind of like acknowledging? I think is the word like when it was a thing. Um, I mean, I know asexuality has been around since the 1890s, 1880s, 1890s. So that's when it started to get used in, I want to say, scientific, like research and that kind of stuff, and like started to being applied to people and everything. So it has been around for a while. It's just I don't think a lot of people have had access to it, and especially back in the day before the internet. Old people, you're asexual. What are you gonna become, a nun? Like, actually though, like, honestly, I mean, when I was younger, even before like I had the language, so I was literally 13, 14, and then even a little bit after figuring out I was asexual, which, by the way, this is very valid, but it wasn't something I necessarily wanted in my life. But I did come to terms with it, if that is something that ever happens to me, is that I just was like, you know what, I'm just gonna. I didn't say I wanted to become a nun, but I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna be alone for the rest of my life, and that's okay. Um, and as someone who, one of my greatest fears is being alone, um, is it was also it was good for me to acknowledge that I could be by myself, but it was also a slight form of I don't want to say self-harm, but like distancing myself from people, like, oh, people wouldn't want to be around me because I'm asexual, or I wouldn't be able to provide for a partner because I'm ace. And the thing that I've realized, and this also goes back to being raised in a very religious setting, and also some not so great shit that was told to me by my father, um, who perpetuated those beliefs, um, is honestly getting told from a very young age the only thing I could ever do for someone was give them my body and be sexual and, you know, provide children. So I think it was hard for me to realize that wasn't something necessarily I wanted, or I didn't have the attraction other people had, or, you know, it came in frequently. I like to say I've only ever had sexual attraction 3.5 times in my life, which is very true. The half time is, it could have happened if stuff had kept going. But I think it's amazing that this person was able to realize that there are aspects of certain identities that, you know what, it is okay sometimes to look and be like, hey, I wish something was different. You know what I mean? I think there are a lot of asexual folks that, you know, at least I have. Maybe I'm speaking for my own self, but like there have been times where I wished that I wasn't asexual. I've gotten to the point where that's not the case anymore, thank the Lord, because it's a lot of internalized hatred for yourself. But because, you know, it can make things harder. But I like the fact that positivity came out from it, because I can be proud of it because it's part of my uniqueness. And I think it's absolutely wonderful when people realize that, oh my god, wait. I was looking at the comments. I was looking at chat and I got distracted. I think it's wonderful when people can realize that those aspects of yourself are not a hindrance. You know what I mean? And that took me a long, long time to realize about myself. And I think it can take a while for asexual folks in general to get to that point, which is so sad, because you, like any sexuality, asexuality is something you inherently are, you know, and getting told and being in such a hypersexualized environment that is Western culture, and weirdly enough, Christian culture is very hypersexualized. You can feel so othered, which sucks. And, like, I always was like, why is the temptation of, like, not having sex so easy for me? These people are making it up. You know what I mean? It took me until my early 30s to realize and appreciate my identity. It takes so long to, you know, to be comfortable with it. And obviously everyone is different. People have their journeys, but this is why days like today and talking about asexuality is so important, so that people, A, know they're not alone, B, know that they are valid and worthy of every single thing an allosexual person is. But yeah, I appreciated this comment a lot, because I think I feel like I've heard from a lot of millennial and older asexual folks very similar stories of, you know, especially if they're married. Now, obviously, you can be asexual and be married. Sometimes, you know, because of sexuality, you do get a divorce, and for other reasons as well. But I think it is important to acknowledge the harder parts of your sexuality, because that's also you showing where you've come from and learning to accept yourself, which I think is absolutely beautiful. My definition of asexual joy. Oh, sorry, babes. Asexual joy. Person named Joy is asexual. Hell yeah. So yeah, I love this comment because of all of that. Let me see. Okay. But yeah, thank you all so much. Yes, once I turned 30 during the pandemic, I stopped caring what other people think about me and started living my full truth as a person. I shape my own path in life, even if it's off the beaten track. And I absolutely, I love that. And I think the pandemic helped a lot of people be able to realize a lot of things about themselves. I think it did a lot of, because we were able to have time to ourselves and introspect, um, it was able to help a lot of people come to terms with things, which I, out of something that was so horrible, and that should have been handled differently, especially in the United States, because I know multiple people who have, lost loved ones from the early days of COVID and everything. Um, I'm not saying the pandemic was a good thing whatsoever, because it wasn't. And like I said, it was extremely poorly handled. I do think it showed how necessary it is for human beings to not be working all the time and having the time to just sit with yourself, if that makes sense. I'm so sorry, love. I can't talk to you right now. But yeah. Early 40s here, and even though I didn't have the vocabulary to describe it then, I stopped having sexual relationships 15 years ago. Best thing I did for myself. So glad we have terms for it now. Exactly. I think it's absolutely incredible that in the digital age, oh my god, my voice. In the digital age, we're able to have language and have new things come up and make sure that everyone, doesn't feel alone. Hell, a lot of people were asexual during COVID. People were scared that someone was going to kill them for, I mean, you're not wrong. But I think a lot of people stopped dating, and I think a lot of people stopped decentering romance and sex in their life from COVID. I mean, obviously that means some people did figure out they were asexual, but you know what I mean? Okay, so this next comment, I found out this February while talking to my best friend about absence of sex life, but now I know there were red flags for ages. I wish that was worded a little differently, but that's neither here nor there. For starters, I only started being interested with girls since college, and around 2010 my cousin's son asked if I was asexual. It was the first time I'd heard of it, and we both had no idea some asexuals fantasize, so I dismissed it. I think that's also, let me finish reading it and then I'll tell you why I picked this one. But finding out about it was very relieving, as I also wondered if I was straight or gay, despite being only attracted to women, just not in a sexual way. So I think this is so important. Happy Ace Day, everyone. Thank you for everyone who's just coming into the chat. So I think this is so important, like I said, when it comes to older asexuals. Like he said, he heard the word back in 2010, but you didn't really know what asexuality was. There wasn't a really good representation for it. I definitely think it was, oh my god, talked a lot more on online spaces and Tumblr and that kind of stuff. I think it also, the reason I wanted to highlight this one is because there are so many misconceptions about asexuals not fantasizing or not having sexuality. Oh god, Ace Stat Advice has such a good a saying for this, and I can't remember what it is, but a lot of people associate asexuals with complete lack of sexuality. And while there are asexuals who don't, do fit that stereotype, that is not the case for all asexual folks. Angsty Ace, a little while ago, I think it was a year or so ago now, did a survey over on her TikTok. She had a survey called asexual sexuality, and it went into kink and everything and how asexuals interact with those kind of things. It was absolutely fascinating. So I think, honestly, I would love to rewatch some of those videos that she was able to collect data on, because it's just so interesting to me to see how asexuals interact with sexuality. And like I said, it is a big misconception that asexuals don't fantasize or don't do certain things, and everyone's asexuality is different. So there's no right or wrong way of being asexual. So if you do happen to, fantasize or engage with, sexual activities, that does not, mean that you're not ace. They need to actually study that part of the brain more, because it also has sex controls in that part of the brain. I don't know how I feel about pathologizing sexualities, you know what I mean? So I do think it is interesting, but I also, like, don't want to end up in the part where people are like, oh, let's take a look at your brain to see what you, like, actually are. You know what I mean? Like, I think it'd be really cool. However, I don't want to get into the whole, oh, your brain has to look like this to prove, like, you're actually, like, ace. Because I feel like people have done that with, like, trans people, too. But they have done studies on trans people and, like, showing, like, their different brain patterns and everything. But, yeah, I just think I think it'd be interesting, but I also don't want it to get to the point of, like, you have to, like, prove, if that makes sense. Happy Ace Day, everyone. Happy Ace Day to anyone who just entered the chat. Let's go on to the next one. This one's a little bit longer, but I did want to highlight this one because it talks about asexuality and relationships. Hold on one sec, my roommate texted me. Also, it low-key sounded like someone came home, so I just want to make sure, hold on one second, that everything is okay. Hello? Okay. I think it was just the cats. But I am going to take this time to answer any questions that y'all have for me. Because I just want to make sure I'm getting everyone. Hold on one second. Okay, so there's a lot of things I wish society would understand about us and how representation is portrayed in media. Ace and Aro should not only be represented better and more, but also know it's a spectrum. I have, oh my god, my fucking neck. If you see me just rubbing my neck, it's fine. It just hurts. But I completely agree. I've talked a little bit about asexuality and aromanticism representation. I definitely think that there needs to be more of it. I think a lot of it is whitewashed, and I think that a lot of it is only representing one kind of asexuality or aromanticism, because I think there needs to be more asexual folks and aromantic folks telling our own stories and being involved in writing and production and everything. There actually is a nonprofit Aro Ace production company that's making their own film. Let me see if I can. Right here, if I can, if it shows. So yeah, they're doing a film. which is absolutely wonderful. Hi there, I'm very late. No, you're okay. It's only 30 minutes. Just to let y'all know, like I said, I'm not feeling the greatest. I overslept, my neck hurts, and I'm dying. But I did want to read as many of these as possible today. Honestly, I might only be going for another 30 minutes just because I am feeling a little wonky. But I'm going to be streaming again tomorrow, and then I'm going to be streaming on Friday, I'm hoping, at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Struggling to figure out if I'm ace or just aromantic. I think that is pretty hard to figure out. Lynn, did you undye your hair? No, it just faded very quickly. The plan for my hair next time is to do a blue, so it'll fade out, and then I want to put a lavender on top of that. So I'm very, very excited. But yeah, so in figuring out... Oh, thank you so much for the subscribe. I appreciate you, Bella. One of them blue-haired liberals... Listen, I have been a blue-haired liberal. Actually, I'm not even... I consider myself a progressive. I should show y'all at some point my dark blue hair I had. I absolutely loved it. Hopefully you'll feel better tomorrow. I'm hoping so too. I think I slept on my neck funny because I was earlier in the stream. I said that I went to the beach earlier, so I woke up hella early, and when I got home, I just conked out for literally 3 hours. So yeah, I think I have an overslept headache, and also just sleeping on it wrong, and my neck has been just an issue lately. I probably need to go see some sort of like connectivity doctor person for my ligaments and joints and shit. But it's fine, it's okay. What was I gonna say? Oh, let's keep reading. Blue-haired people are cool. That's what I'm saying. Also, I'm gonna be getting a haircut next Sunday, and I'm very excited about it. It's the one that I showed y'all. It's gonna be shorter. It's gonna be a little messy. It's gonna be a lot shorter, and I'm hoping that it'll grow out a little bit better. So let's go back to reading some people's asexual joy. So finding out I was asexual was a huge thing for me. My partner is hypersexual. Can we all just like... The amount of, for some reason, the amount of, like, ace people that get with hypersexual people, it's what, like, I feel like it's such, like, a stereotype. Anyway, as you can see, there are divides there, but the fact that we are able to live our lives together is wonderful. We are so grateful for each other. It took a long time to figure it all out and understand each other's needs and limits, but we are just as happy now as we were when we started dating. Ugh! I love. It's so cute. In fact, maybe more so. Neither of us were out as queer in any way when we started dating, but that never changed how we felt about one another. She's trans femme, I'm gender fluid. We're both bi, we're both polyam. I think our relationship, as complicated as our sexual differences may seem to make it, is beautiful. I'm gonna cry. Ugh, I love this. I love being asexual because I love myself. It was hard to accept because I felt like there was just something I couldn't provide, but there is more to our relationship than sex. Yes, she helped me through that tough time being there for me. I love this comment. Oh my god. I love it. So I definitely feel that. Hold on one sec. I just want to comment on this. Lynn, which account / videos did you mention earlier about asexuality and kink? I'm fascinated by the intersection of the ace, neurodivergent, and kink communities to explore non-sexual intimacy. Here, let me drop her link in the chat hold on one second. So her name is Rachel. The account is Angsty Ace. I absolutely love her. She hasn't been posting as much. Angsty Ace. She's been in med school, but I don't know if she has a hold on one sec. I don't know if she has a what was I gonna say? I don't fucking remember. I don't know if she had it pinned or not. She had it pinned for a while, but if you go down there enough, you'll see it. She talks about let me see if I can like get the specific, because she did it so long ago. So if you just scroll down at some point, you'll find it. It was at some point in 2024 she did this. Let me see if I can find a TikTok for it. I really hope she didn't get rid of it, because it was absolutely amazing. Oh, here it is. Okay.
About a month ago, I posted a form.
Okay, here's the video for that. Oh. Yep. Is your stream 1 minute after when you actually do it? Huh? I think there's a 1 minute delay. Okay, so back to what I was gonna say about this comment right here. I absolutely adore, first of all, I think it's important for people to realize that yes, you can be asexual and in a relationship. There are asexual people who, you know, aren't aromantic and want companionship. And there are asexual people that are sex favorable and sex neutral, that are okay with doing things. So I think it's good to talk about that aspect of our community and not just think that every asexual person is the same. What's that word? A monolith? Like, asexuality is not a monolith. I adore that them, like, they were able to figure themselves out together. I think it's absolutely beautiful. And like I said, I think it's so funny that a lot of asexual people get with hypersexual the definition of opposites attract. But it's so beautiful to me, that you can love someone through all of their changes and discovering themselves, and it never once is like, oh, I don't love you anymore. You know what I mean? I think it's absolutely beautiful. That's me and my boyfriend. Oh, my best friend. Wait, boyfriend or best friend? I always hate that because I can never tell. Boyfriend. Demi-romantic, asexual, dating, aro-ace. Hell yeah. Boyfriend, sorry. No, it's all good. It's not you. It's really not you. Cause it's me. I promise. That's me and my partner. Hell yeah. I've recently been reading about ace people from history. It's so interesting to learn. Lawrence of Arabia and J.M. Barney, the guy who made Peter Pan, were ace. Oh, damn, okay. I think, okay, is usually best friend. Okay, that's my bad. Honestly, I'm learning things. That's good to know. Hey, Pepe, can you get down so I can see? Oh, I can see. Also, Lynn, your video on 5 signs you're agender helped me open up to myself as agender, so I just want to say thank you for that. Oh my god, of course. I've used BF as best friend, though, so it's confusing. It's all good. So Pippin, say hi. Say hi, Pip. I promise he doesn't normally look this angry. Okay. Ow. Wanna let go? Wanna go down? Or are you just gonna keep biting me? Go on, baby. Your cat's so cute. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's go back to reading. Like I said, I don't even know if I can make it another 20 minutes. I'm gonna see. My head is very much hurting, but it's all good. I think like 50% of my best friends are Aero Ace. Hell yeah. Aww. Oh my god, thank you. Okay, let's go to the next one. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. But, so, babes, are you really doing this to me? I love you, but like, holy shit. Being asexual can be kind of a struggle, especially if most people around you just don't get it. But I've been able to make a few friends online who share my experience. Not gonna lie, sex ed in 6th grade was the worst. Worst. I was very appalled by the whole thing and couldn't properly express why I was so uncomfortable and only got teased by both the other students and the teacher. That's wild behavior. Yeah, I know. He's being a Pippin. First of all, it's wild to me that kids are not great. Like I know that like kids bully each other and everything, and I hate that. But a teacher bullying you, like, that's how is that okay? I think so. The reason I wanted to at least my health classes have been at least somewhat inclusive of Aero Ace community. Oh my god, that's great. Your cat is attacking you. I know. He always does. Baby boy. It's okay. The reason I wanted to include this comment in particular is because I think I said it before. Wants to heal your neck. Please, Pepe, please. The reason I wanted to include this and why I included a couple other ones is because, I mean, I think a lot of people on the asexual spectrum do struggle a lot. I know I have struggled a lot with my asexuality, especially when I was younger and I didn't have as inclusive or supportive people around me. I didn't have people who really accepted me for who I was and still, expected me to marry a man, even though no. But yeah, I think it's important to talk about the pride that we have. I also think it's important to talk about the struggles that we have as a community. And like this comment said, especially if most people around you just don't get it, I think a lot of people don't think asexuality is real. I think a lot of people, and this is like in and outside of the LGBTQIA plus community, which don't even get me started about ace erasure and aro erasure within the queer community. But I think it's God. I think I'm gonna stop after this. And I'm gonna like cold fucking press my neck. I think it's important to talk about when we struggle with something. Because sharing our struggles lets other folks know that they're not alone. I wish it's also, like I said, important to share joy in everything. And I do try my best to, on this channel, be as positive as possible. I do try to keep it light, especially in these times. And that's something I want to continue to do. I do have to say, I think I am going to be making a video on Tuesday about J.K. Rowling being aphobic literally right now. She's posted on her fucking Twitter some aphobic stuff, and I'm just like, can this bitch shut the fuck up about my communities? But other than that, I think important to be talking about sexuality as a whole and our whole experience of it. But that's just me. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna get off in like a minute or two because I need to take a pain med and either ice my neck or hot pack my neck. I'm gonna figure it out. But I'm very happy I was able to do this. Holy fucking shit. Ugh. So I love your videos. That's how I found out. I was Marcus! What, Marcus? Why? Happy Asexual Awareness Day. Didn't know we had a day. I'll mark it on the calendar. Nice cat. Enjoy your days. Ace hearts and still a whole day. Marcus strikes again. Marcus, what can I do for you? What can I do? Ow, babes. What can I do for you? I want to like bake you a cake, get you a cookie. I don't know. It's all good, Lynn. Hope your neck feels better. I do too. It's so bad right now. That 50 is gonna go right to my fucking medical bills for this shit. Lynn, my apologies for not mentioning the book. For mentioning. No, you can mention the book. I'm so sorry. I didn't see it. Okay, so tomorrow I'm gonna be streaming. I'm hoping my head and neck are gonna feel better tomorrow. Rest, please, and continue being you. That's plenty. Oh my god, Marcus, please. Marcus, you leave me speechless. All the fucking time. So I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna take my pain meds. Anyone who is also experiencing shitty pain, please take care of yourself. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's gonna be a chat. I'll figure out what we're gonna chat about. It could always just be like whatever we end up talking about, And then on Friday, I want to do more reactions to more people's asexual joy and everything. A couple people I mentioned on my channels. You can definitely I don't know if I allow links in the chat, but just let me know the usernames and I'll go follow you. On Friday, more people. Hey Duke, my lower back has been bugging. Oh, I'm so sorry. It fucking sucks. It sucks. The problem is like there's a history in my family of like bad backs and shit, so it's such an issue. So I want to like upkeep my whole like spine health, and it's just so ass. I know I need to like be working on my core strength and everything. My ADHD is thriving right now because my head hurts. Can you start the stream at 7:59:50? I mean, I'll try. Oh, really? Did they? I was on their podcast at some point earlier, and they were in the chat earlier, so I very much appreciate it. I didn't realize that they were streaming either. I would have gone to support them. So on Friday I'll do more of these. I'll also have the videos to react to because a few people sent me videos, and then yeah, that's hopefully gonna be my new setup. So stream on Monday at 8 p.m. and then stream on Friday at 5 p.m. Like I said, I work until 4, so I'm hoping no traffic. If anything, I'll see this upcoming week how traffic is, and then what time zone. Eastern Standard Time. So I'll see if maybe I'll have to push it till 6 p.m. on Friday, but I do really want to like try to have an earlier time zone or an earlier time because I know there are people who can't always. Anyway, I love you all. Sorry, my body is like breaking around me. They usually stream on Twitch. Oh no. Oh yeah, they do. Um. So yeah, I'm gonna go deal with this. I hope you'll have a good day. I'm such a fucking baby when it comes to pain. I'm so sorry, y'all. Um, I'm proud that I'm demisexual. Hell yeah. I love y'all. I will see you tomorrow, hopefully in a lot less pain. And yeah, and if anyone else there is also in pain, I feel y'all. Um, having bodies is so much fun. But yeah, remember to drink water, eat something please if you can, take care of yourself, and remember that asexuals are valid, and yeah, we got this. We got this, babes. Okay, I'm gonna see you tomorrow, and hopefully a better spirit and better lighting. Hopefully.